Tua Tagovailoa trying to get into the NFL draft, and he is hamstrung by the reality that there will be no opportunity for any team to check out his hip for the medical recheck that happens every year, except this one in Indianapolis in the middle of April for anyone who had red flags at the scouting combine. But from his perspective, his agent says he's fine. His doctor says he's fine. Now Tua Tagovailoa says he's fine. I feel 100%, he said via NFL Network. I feel like if there was a game today, I'd be able to go out and perform the same way I was able to perform in previous years. I feel as mobile as possible. I feel 100%. And that's not a surprise for a couple of reasons. First of all, we saw a video of him working out recently, and he looked fine, per se.
Right.
But look, I love Tua. We interviewed him at the Super Bowl. Great kid. What do we expect him to say, Chris?
Exactly.
I mean, what do we expect any player to say in this situation? Man, I don't know if I could do it right now. I sure wouldn't draft me. Buyer beware, baby. I'm just telling you, you may want to think twice before you put my name on that card.
Well, I mean, that's exactly right. That's the first thing I thought of. I mean, what do people expect him to say here? Yeah, whether he's 85%, 90%, 80%, he's going to tell you right now that he's 100% and ready to go. Of course he is. I mean, yes, he wants to be a high draft pick. He wants, more financial security. So I'm not mad at him for that. And, hey, listen, I hope he's telling the truth. I hope he is 100%. I'm not mad at him if he is fibbing a little bit too and is 90%. But, yes, this is going to be the big question about Tua. Yeah, I mean, when you have that many injuries in college football, we know the NFL is bigger, faster, stronger, more aggressive, more of a grind on a week-to-week basis. Quarterbacks get beat up. And now you're talking about a guy with an injury history who plays small. That's why it's concerning. That's why, again, I'm with you. I like Tua. I'm rooting for him. He's a fellow lefty quarterback. But when I'm just real about my quarterback assessment, that is something I am going to go back to. Yes, injury history, plays very small. I don't think he's overly fast or anything like that to get out of harm's way all the time. He's got great feet to hop around. But that's, to me, Mike, why I've kind of been beating the drum. There's just no way I would draft Tua in the top 10 of the NFL draft coming up here in a few weeks because of all those reasons I just stated.
The immortal George Costanza once said, "It's not a lie if you believe it." And I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's fibbing. I think he genuinely believes he's 100%. It's part of the bravado. It's part of that sense of invincibility that you have when you're in your early 20s. He feels great. He feels no different than he ever has. And it's easy to feel that way when you're out there running around the cones and you don't have pads on and no one's chasing you. He may feel very different if he were on a football field today against SEC caliber competition, and he may feel incredibly different when he's on the field in the fall against NFL caliber competition, and he may want to revise his answer at that point. For now, though, I think he's telling the truth. I think he hasn't been jaded and corrupted yet by the fact that everybody in the NFL lies at some point or another. He's telling the truth. I just think he may not be the best person to accurately assess his overall health. And you mentioned him dropping. And one of the most important things an agent can do when getting a player ready for the draft is have the player understand what his floor is. What is the latest you're going to be picked? And the best agents know how to find out, no matter what else happens, this team is taking you with that pick, and you're not going to fall any farther than that. What do you think his floor is?
Well, I think ultimately his floor would be somewhere, in the 20s. I think that's about as far as he would fall. Again, I still expect him to be a first-round draft pick, and I think he's certainly worthy of that. All I'm saying is, as far as projecting him in the NFL, I don't think he's in Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow's class, and I think those are the only two guys that I would say are top 10 picks as far as the quarterback position is concerned. But I don't think he would fall much farther than that, Mike. I mean, I know there's a faction of people out there that love the way Tua plays and everything like that, and I understand it. My big concern is, hey, it's easy to look good at Alabama too. You put me on the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and, Klay Thompson and everything. I'm going to get 8 or 10 points a game on that team because they're going to be so worried about.
No, you're not.
I can shoot threes. I'm a good 3-point shooter, okay? So I feel like I'd be open a few times. Now, you put me on the Memphis Grizzlies with no help, I'm going to get 2 points. That's all I'm trying to say there a little bit. I hear people sometimes with Tua and Herbert comparisons. They go, man, I wish Herbert would just let it rip like Tua does. And I want to say, Well, okay, I hear you, but I also want to go, it's easy to let it rip when the first guy you look at's wide open every time, too. And I don't think everybody is taking that into account when it comes to Tua, but I do think no less than the low 20s, really, Mike, as far as Tua could fall in my eyes.
I've just got this image of you playing basketball, just shooting and shooting and shooting. One of those guys that just constantly is chucking it up, not giving it to his teammates. It's all me. Left-handed Jay. Here we go.
You really think I'm that kind of guy? You really think I'm that kind of guy?
No.
When I was young, I was a ball hog. Okay. But when I got to like 8th grade, high school, I played the team game. I wasn't a ball hog. And plus we had other guys on our team at times that were better than me. So I just fed them the ball.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.